How's it going, everybody? This is the CEO of Yapping, and I just want to say very quickly before this video starts, this is a brand new channel that I created. I have another channel where I post gaming content and other stuff that's not related to this, but the main point of this channel was to kind of create an outlet where I can sit around and I can just talk about whatever crosses my mind. So if you're interested in content like this, specifically like self-improvement content is probably what I'm going to fly close to. Definitely stick around. So right now, I'm going to hop into some of the ways that deleting social media can drastically improve your life. So the first way is when you delete social media, and I don't just mean like one or two, I literally mean all of them, you will see your productivity skyrocket. Like, I want you guys to think about this. How many times, like when you're just sitting around your house, right? Do you just find yourself mindlessly scrolling through your phone, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat? I never even used TikTok, and I have seen so many studies about how addictive it is. It's probably so much worse than the rest of them. But I call this doom scrolling, when you're just sitting on your ass doing nothing, scrolling through your phone. How often do you guys find yourselves doing that? I'm going to guess that if you're around my age, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger, that it's a lot. So if you delete social media, you will gain all of that time back, and you can redirect it towards things that actually matter to you. Like, just imagine for a minute how much more productive you would be if you didn't sit on your phone. Like, the majority of people have their screen time being like 5 or 6 hours, and that's considered good. Like, I've seen people, my friends, people online, screen time's as high as like 14 hours a day, which is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like, you're gonna sit around for 5 or 6 hours a day scrolling through TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, whatever else. Imagine how much time and how much better shit you could be doing if you weren't just sitting on your ass doom scrolling all fucking day. You could go to the gym, you could get ahead on your schoolwork, you could spend more time with your family or your friends. Like, you could even just do something as simple as going outside. Like, so often seeing kids like around my age, as I do now, how often, like when you're driving around just neighborhoods or just residential areas in general, do you see kids outside playing, like playing sports, playing in the front yard, you know, playing with toys, whatever other bullshit? Kids don't do it anymore, bro. All they do is they sit around on their fucking phones, they watch shitty YouTube videos, they sit around, they watch TikTok, and they just sit around on social media all day. So just imagine how much more productive you could be. You could literally add 6 hours onto your day right there. Maybe not 6 hours, because you're not only on social media when you're on your phone. You're texting your friends through iMessage or whatever. But I would say, like, you could cut your screen time at bare minimum in half if you delete social media. And you could add like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours onto your day right there to do more productive things for yourself. And that would be really life-changing right there in and of itself. And I want you guys to think about something right now. This isn't even true for the majority of people. It's even worse. But let's just say we'll take a good number right here, and you only spend 3 hours a day combined on all your social medias, like literally everything between Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Discord, whatever. If you only spend 3 hours a day on those apps, in 8 days, you have wasted a full 24 hours of your life. Really let that sink in for a minute. You have, just by doing that for 3 hours a day, in 8 days, that's a full day of your life. And you're only awake for like 12 hours of the day, maybe a little more than that, you know, if you have to stay up late or whatever doing work. But you're only awake for 12, so realistically, you've wasted 2 days of your life. And I know kids, especially, like, we're very young, we like to think that our time on this earth is infinite and we're not gonna die. Like, bro, I'm 18 years old. Like, I'm damn near, if I'm lucky, a fourth of a way through my life already. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna waste the third that I have left, if I'm lucky, again, wasting time just sitting on Instagram, looking at degenerate-ass content that brings me nowhere in life. It's just a cheap little dopamine trick. It's all shit. It gets you nowhere. it's all garbage. So I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit around wasting my time doing that. So the next thing that you're gonna notice is over time, your mental health will improve so much. You'll just be so much happier. There have been so many studies that show a direct link between excessive social media use and feelings of like anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. Like, I want you guys to think about this. Every time you open a social media app, you're seeing everything there, and it's people competing for your attention, and it's people posting the biggest highlights of their lives, whether it be, you know, really nice cars, expensive jewelry, expensive clothes, people out at bars, you know, out with hot girls or whatever, just people having a good time in general, right? And when you see these things, naturally in your brain, you're gonna start comparing yourself to these people, and you're gonna feel inferior to them. And the reason you're gonna do this is because you're going to be sitting in your bed alone, right? You're just going to be there, you're going to be bored, and you're going to see people doing shit that you want to be doing, and it's going to make you feel bad about yourself that you're not doing it. But I want to tell you guys, it's not fucking real, because all that's happening when you do that is you're comparing an objectively low point of your life where you're just sitting around bored with nothing to do to one of the highest points of another person's life. And that's not real. So if you just stop being on social media, you'll be so much happier, and you'll stop looking to other people to feel gratified, and you'll stop looking at other people's posts and feeling like shit about yourself. You'll just stop comparing yourself to other people in general, and you'll just be so much happier with yourself, and the only comparison you'll have is yourself. I mean, besides like real life, but there's nothing you can really do about that. But on social media, you can definitely change that. So another way deleting social media can help you is it can increase your attention span by just so much. Like, constant notifications and endless scrolling on these apps, it really fucks with your attention, and it makes it really difficult to concentrate on more productive tasks. I want to ask you guys a question, by the way. Like, how often are you in the middle of doing something productive, like your schoolwork, reading, whatever, and you'll feel your phone buzz, or you'll hear a Snapchat notification or something, and you just immediately drop what you're doing and you take your phone out? I've seen instances where I'm literally talking to someone about something actually meaningful, and people will pull out their phone right in front of me and check some stupid fucking Snapchat notification. And do you know what that does to a person when a person's talking to you? It makes the person feel so fucking disrespected. Imagine you're talking to somebody about something that actually means something to you, and you're really invested into what you're saying, and they're just looking at their phone scrolling because they heard a fucking notification, and they're going, "Oh yeah, bro. Oh, for real? Oh, dude, that's crazy, bro." I can guarantee we've all been in that situation. It's just so fucking bad. So when you're scrolling around on social media apps, you're literally scrolling for like every 3 to 5 seconds, and it's even worse on short form content like YouTube Shorts or TikTok. What you're doing, you are literally training your brain to move on to something new when it doesn't pique your interest like that, like literally in 2 seconds. And when you're doing that, like, I'm wondering what this is going to do to the younger generation of kids, like people who are younger than me, people like 13, 14, 15-year-olds, people even young as like 9, 10, 11. How are you going to pay attention in school, bro? Like, it's just absolutely insane. How are you going to read a book? Kids don't even read books these days. It's fucking crazy. Like, I know it's like an old head thing when you hear that shit, when your parents are like, "Yo, little Timmy, bro, you got to open a book." But reading books, it's actually just so powerful. You guys wouldn't even begin to understand if you don't do it. And another thing I want to point out is people wonder why nothing feels the same anymore. And I wondered this for a while too. Like, when you look back at old videos of like 2016, 2017, you know, back around there, maybe even earlier if you can remember that far. I personally can't. But The reason nothing feels the same anymore and you're not happy is because your dopamine receptors are absolutely fucked from apps like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, things like that. Like, I hate to sound like an old head right here again, but Mom was right, bro. It is that damn phone. You're sitting around all day, absolutely just hijacking your brain's dopamine system, frying the living shit out of it just because you want a quick little smile at some stupid fucking degenerate video. Every time you sit around and you just watch videos and you keep scrolling, you feel like shit. How often do you like go on these social media apps and leave thinking, oh dude, like I actually feel a lot better after that. Like, yeah, I did that. I did something productive there. No, you leave and you're like, what the fuck? How has it already been an hour? But I feel like shit. And you leave and you just feel so demotivated. So by deleting these apps, you can reset your dopamine receptors and fix your attention span, and you can get enjoyment out of the little things in life like you did as a little kid, and you will feel like a little kid again, and you will be more happy. So the last thing I want to talk about that was a real benefit that I saw after I deleted social media was I had so much more real, authentic connections with people in my life that I care about. You know, my friends, my family, whatever. Like, when you're talking to someone through a phone screen, especially like through Snapchat or whatever, it really pales in comparison to actual like face-to-face interaction where you talk to someone about something meaningful. Like, the only time I would ever text my friends now is if I have an actual reason to, and I'm not just gonna send them like some retarded meme or something that I see on Instagram. Like, now, if I'm messaging my friends, I actually want to speak to them. It's not just some stupid meme or whatever other garbage I want to send them, some stupid video or whatever. It's because I really want to speak to them about something. I have something I want to talk about, whatever. And you will see, like, when you talk to people more in person, which you will do now because you're not doing it through a damn phone the majority of the time, you will see how much more authentic and how much more real the conversations are when you talk to people. It's when you talk to someone through a phone, it's essentially just brain rot, especially if you're talking to someone new. You play the 20-question game bullshit, you try to get to know each other. The conversation 9.5 times out of 10 just goes nowhere, and you both eventually just end up ghosting each other. It's bullshit. Talk to people more in real life, and you will do that if you delete social media, because humans naturally, we crave social interaction. And if you're not getting it from your phone or your computer, you're going to open your goddamn front door and you're going to go, I'm lonely as shit. I need to talk to someone right now. So deleting social media is one way that you can do that. So one final quick thing that I want to bring up here, because I know someone will probably think it to themselves while they're watching this video. I can't delete social media, CEO. My friends are on social media. And that is probably the worst reason to not delete it. Think about this for a minute. If you are talking to someone online, right, and you consider them a real friend, if you can't text that person and say, hey, I'm deleting all my social media apps, I don't think they're good for me, you know, blah, blah, blah. Even if you don't say, like, all the yapping nonsense and you just go, you know, I'm deleting my social media, I'm taking a break, whatever. If that person isn't going to reach out to you through your phone number or however else, then they're not really your friend. So when people claim they can't delete social media apps because their friends are on it and they're going to lose contact with your friends, my brother in Christ, those are not really your friends then. So if anything, deleting the social media could be a good thing to see who your friends really are and see who stays in contact with you. But yeah, overall, I think I touched on all the main points that I wanted to touch on here. So if you guys made it to the end of this video, I truly appreciate it. Again, this is a brand new channel, so if you guys like this video, if you like this type of content, drop a like, drop a sub. I can drop these whenever I have something I want to talk about. And if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, definitely drop it in the comments. I'll talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. If you want me to give my opinion on something, feel free to drop it in the comments. If I'm interested in it, I'll talk about it. But again, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.